Hi, my name is Margine Sanchez, and I am a second-year graduate student in the Education Counseling Program. Today, I will be briefly talking about stress management. As a college student, I'm sure you are already have experienced stress either at work, school, or in your daily life. So today, more specifically, I am going to be talking about mental stressors college students typically face and what are some things you can do as a college student to keep you a bit more organized and help you reduce school stress at least. So first of all, we have academic stress. As we know, school is not easy. A lot of the time we have to learn new concepts, or we have to memorize information for more than one class. We also have to meet deadlines for our assignments and our projects. In addition to this, we also have the stress on maintaining our grades in good standing, and this can have a lot of stress on our students. Then we also have social stress, which includes new relationships. You start getting invited to going out to eat. You start getting invited to hang out, and as you know, a lot of these things take time. So we also have to learn how to like balance our academic versus our social life. And if we don't know how to balance these two, it can definitely cause a lot of stress because we're often put in the situation of choosing between, do I want to go to the football tailgate or do I want to study for the exam? So it's very important to have a balance of those two, and more than anything, have control of those situations. And I'll talk a little bit later about how we can do that. You're also maybe adjusting to a new environment. Maybe you're in a new city. Maybe it's your first time living as an independent student. Your parents are no longer there to help you with like daily things like cooking or cleaning for you. You also might be really close to your family, and being far from them may be also causing you stress. And then we also have family, as I just mentioned. This can also be a stressor to some of our students. Some of our students go to school in the same city, so a lot of the times they're still expected to do a lot of the things they did before for their parents, maybe like help with siblings. Some of our students are from other cities or other states, and a lot of the times our family wants us to go visit them, and sometimes that can be hard because we might have midterms, we might have a lot of homework, the commute is long, and you know that time you can definitely use it to study rather than doing this commute to like Oakland, for example, or maybe to LA. So it can definitely also cause a lot of stress on our students, uh, especially to our first generation students as well, just because a lot of the times the family is also understanding what are some college expectations. So they also need to like work with their family and explain to them these things. So that can also cause a lot of stress on our students. And then we also have daily life stressors. These can be a lot of our students have financial burdens, so they have to constantly be thinking, do I need to pay for books? Do I need to pay for my food? Do I need to pay for rent? So these can be things that are also stressing our students, especially our low income students. We also have a lot of our students have part-time jobs, internships, volunteer work, and sometimes within these jobs, they also induce stress to us. And then we also have other stressors like cooking and cleaning. When am I going to cook? I don't even have, some students don't even have time to cook because they have like class back to back, or they have work and then class and then maybe class again. So they have to always be thinking like, okay, am I going to be cooking today, or am I going to go eating now? Oh, but then I'm not sure if I can afford that because I also need to think about the books. So all these can like tie together and really cause a lot of stress. And then the newest one is, on top of everything else, we also have to worry, stress about the pandemic, about COVID-19, what is currently happening. We have to maintain our distance. We have to make sure we're protecting ourselves and our loved ones. So that can also add a lot of stress to the stress students are already facing. And it can be very overwhelming. So what are some stress management techniques that we can use as college students? Again, I'm not a professional or expert in none of these subjects. However, these are definitely some techniques that have helped me. And I know a lot of my friends have also shared that these techniques have helped them. As a graduate student, I had my fair share of techniques. So I have tried a little bit of everything. But today I'm just going to be talking about a few. Again, if they work for you, great. If not, I always encourage you to continue looking for some techniques that might work for you. And as you get older, these techniques evolve and then you might end up like liking them. So I'm going to be talking about a few. So the first one is, or the first thing you really need to do is learn how to get organized. And this is very important, especially for students who are taking like more than 2 classes. Some students are taking like 4 or 5 classes. Something I like to do, and this is something I like to do, especially in the beginning of the semester. A lot of the students sometimes they're like after school starts or midway semester, that is totally fine. But I typically prefer in the beginning of the semester just because it gives me a good idea of what I'm dealing with in all my classes. So the first thing you want to do is you want to collect all your handy dandy syllabuses. It's kind of blurry, but you want to get all your syllabuses. This is just one of my classes. I have 4 more other classes, so I also have 4 other syllabuses nearby. So what you want to do is grab all your syllabi, and then you want to go to the assignment page where they tell you where are the big assignments due, like tests, papers, presentations, all those things. And what you want to do is that you want to go through each of your syllabus and grab like the important dates, just the important dates, not daily readings, like daily assignments, not those, just like big projects, like presentations, papers, exams, all those things that are going to require you to really put some time into them. So you want to do that for each of your classes. So grab all of them. And then what you want to do is you want to maybe go to the Dollar Tree or go to the student store and buy yourself a planner. This is the one I usually get. You can get like a nicer one, cheaper one. There's like $1 ones. Those are my favorite. But what you want to do is pretty much get one that has like the month at a glance. So where you're able to see the whole month laid out. Kind of hard to see, but I have a picture and a presentation. And this is typically what I do. So as you can see here, I color coded. You don't have to color code, but it just helps you get a little bit more organized. I put in the main projects that are due this month, and I'll do this for January, February, March. This is March right here. So as you can see, I have about 4 classes. This is actually it was one of my busiest months, and I don't even think I put everything here. But this helps me kind of see what are the main things to that week if I need to spend some extra time studying. For example, this Saturday, it was my friend's, she was having a dinner, and the following week, I saw that I had a lot of work to do. So obviously I couldn't go to this because I had to be doing my homework since I had like 4 things due that week. So I crossed it out because I was not going to attend, and I just ended up studying. The only things I really add in my planner for school is like the big projects, like I just mentioned, but I also like to add my outings. And the reason I like to add my outings is because it gives me a chance to kind of see if I can attend, if I'm gonna have a lot of homework that week that requires me to spend the weekend working on my homework. So for example, I couldn't go to this one, but then I rescheduled with her for like the fall, like 2 weeks after that. Just because even though I did have 2 projects, they were pretty easy projects. It didn't really require me to do much. So I decided to go to dinner with her. The following Saturday, I have a son now, so I did want to dedicate some time to him as well. So we did like a family trip to San Francisco Zoo. And this really helps me just kind of see an overview of what's happening in that month, and also helps me organize like, okay, like, can I hang out with my friends, or can I do family outings and things like that. I started doing this when I was like my senior year as an undergrad. Before this, I would also add like my readings. Like if I had like Canvas discussions, I would add everything. But it was getting too overwhelming, and it wasn't really highlighting or the big projects that were due. So a lot of the times I would just feel so stressed looking at my calendar. So what I did is I decided to just add the big projects. And you can also do this on your Gmail. I'm a little bit more old school, so I actually like the planners and having something like hard copy, but you can also do this on like your Gmail or Outlook calendar. And something else that I've seen students do and that my friends really like doing is usually in your school of attendance, they usually give you something that's called like the term schedule for like the academic term. And they have all the weeks already laid out for you. So you can see all the semester in literally one page. I did this a few times as a freshman just because I was new. I was like learning how to get organized. And I just kind of wanted to see what are all the assignments I was doing. So again, I would put all my assignments for each week. And it just gave me a better overview of like the whole semester. I personally, I like this, but not as much as my planner because I can actually see the months and the week like what week 1, 2, 3, 4. I usually am more of a month person, and then I would have to go back into the calendar and check what month we're in. So this is not my go-to, but I know a lot of students enjoy this. I couldn't find the one San Jose State has, so I just added the one from my previous school. And if you like that, you can always check it out. The links right here. But this is definitely something I like as well. So these are just some tools for organization. And then something else in addition to organizing yourself is you also need to learn how to like manage your time. And this comes managing your time can be very hard, especially as an undergrad, because your schedule is like constantly changing. Like sometimes it changes like week by week, and that is totally fine. Again, I'm using like the hard copy, but you can also do this like on your Gmail if you're more like tech savvy and things like that. This is what my schedule looked like as an undergrad when I was a sophomore. As you can see here, it says schedule your lectures, discussion, labs, office hours, tutoring appointments. What I really like to put here were the things that wouldn't change. So for example, my classes would never change. They were always constantly the same. So that's something I like to block out just because I know that I can't be doing anything else during class. So I would like to block those things out. And then the things I would like to add here are like my work times, just because again, those are like things that are constantly stay the same. And then all the white spaces I would add like, that's kind of like my breaks or if I need to do anything else. I would also, as an undergrad, I was also learning how to manage my time. So I would actually do like homework blocks. I was a late owl, so I would like to do my homework in the nighttime. And I would just like to like sleep in the mornings and then start my day. As you see here, it was my sister's birthday, or I think it was my friend's birthday on a Saturday. And I knew I was gonna be turning up. So that means I had to add more homework blogs through like either Saturday morning or just do more homework throughout the week so I can go out and enjoy myself this evening on a Saturday with my friends and stuff. And that usually would help. If I would have had tests, and I still wanted to go to this event, I would just add more homework blocks throughout the week on like all these like blank spaces. I would have made it a priority to be doing homework so I can enjoy myself. If you don't have like an event, you can always just do other things, maybe some self-care, some self-love. But this is usually what I like to do. And again, this just helps you kind of like, especially, and I wouldn't do this every week. I would just do it for those busy weeks that I'm like, oh my God, next week's gonna be tough. I need to like manage my time. Or maybe next week I'm gonna have a party. I need to manage my time. And this was a good strategy to do it. As a graduate student now, my time's more consistent. So this is what my schedule looks now as a sophomore, as a graduate sophomore. You can see here, I'm a full-time worker, so work's always stays the same, but I'm also a student. So again, I have my classes that never change. And then as you can see, my homework, I do it more on the weekends, more than anything, because it's just so exhausting to do it during the weekdays. But sometimes if you see here, I have like family relaxed time. I have lazy, fun, or productive day. Sometimes these columns these blocks can change. Like for example, this past week I had like 4 assignments due. So a lot of these lazy, fun, productive like blocks or like family relaxed time turned into like orange and turned into homework. And that just helps me kind of like, and I also helps me like tell my family like, hey, like this week I can't really hang out with y'all. You're on your own. There's food in the fridge or whatever. But it just really helps me visually see what's going on. This does take time as well. So sometimes you want to block maybe like an hour to do this. Or like I said, you don't always have to do it. Maybe just do it for those weeks that you see that you're going to be very busy. This always helps. But for my go-to for sure is this one. This one right here has helped me a lot. As you can see, it looks much sturdy, much more busier than the one I have, what I'm showing here. But these are just some strategies you can do as a student, and it will definitely help you reduce that stress. It's not going to help you completely get rid of it, but it's definitely going to help you get organized, and it's going to help you just have a better idea of what your priorities are. Or now you know, if friends are inviting you to parties or things like that, you already can like be like, okay, when did you say that party was? The Saturday. And then you can like open your handy dandy planner and be like, actually, I don't have any assignments coming up that are big. So you know what? I am going to go. Or maybe you do have a lot of assignments and you can be like, okay, well, if I really want to go, that means I have to like block my time off to like do more homework during the week so I can attend this party or outing. Or otherwise you can just skip it and do homework. And that's just really, and it helps you balance your academic, social life, and again helps you reduce some of the stress of a college student. But yeah, so whatever your schedule looks like, just remember balance is important to help you reduce stress. Getting organized, managing your time is key as a student, as a college student. So yeah, so I hope this helps. Like I said, these are just some techniques. There's more out there, so definitely feel free to explore more. But these are just some of my favorite ones. But yeah, so thanks for watching.